你咪做1、2、4、3、4年。8分鐘可能有人準備3、
Given investment structure, surely today we are just discuss the topic of designing a workshop for Gen Y school leavers. To kickstart our conversation, I think it would be suitable for us to first brainstorm some ideas of whether we agree with the description of Gen Y in question 1. Well, for me, I agree with the description that impatient, because in this current era, it is increasingly evident that educational process sort of attention span. The advent of internet making Gen Y have glued their eye on the screens to their phone. They develop a habit of instant reaction, which means getting their peer instant reaction from their daily life. Moreover, modern society's relentless pursuit of efficiency and productivity has cultivated a culture of instant gratification, inducing Gen Y tendency to steer away from tasks that require too much time. This situation has led to Gen Y having impatience. So I agree with this description. What do you guys think?
So I agree with the points you just mentioned that people being impatient because of the internet, and I have the same thought also. And in my opinion, I agree with the opinion of question 1 also. So first of all, in the environment like Hong Kong, which discourage people to learn practical skills instead of knowledge from books. So it is expected that young people are lack of job experience, and most of the time of their life have been like studying knowledge from books, so they lack of job experience and practical skills. And I think some characteristics that mentioned in question 1, like lack of loyalty, unrealistic job expectation, seems reasonable on people like have being a nerd for 20 years. So I think I agree with question 1. So anyone would like to share their points?
Yes, I think we are on the same page. As Candidate A has mentioned that people didn't get practical skill from book or knowledge. And to add to your point, I think the reason is that acquiring knowledge and expanding their horizons are no longer important to Gen Y. And I also agree that although I agree that Gen Y having impatience is their problem, but I do disagree that they are having unrealistic job expectation, because I think in Hong Kong society has pagered by income inequality, so Gen Y has an inspiration to seek for better job opportunity. So I think it's good for their inspiration. So what do you guys think?
I see your point of the disagreement of the unrealistic of job expectations that people seek the workplace mobility, but I do disagree your point of the agreement of the impatience. Although you have mentioned that the impatience is exhibited by Gen Y because of their gratification and their addiction of the social media. But as the Gen Y have experienced for a long period, so they have been patient on absorbing and learning new knowledge. So I think the point that pointed out by the employers that Gen Y are impatient only suitable for only to Gen Y employees, but couldn't define all Gen Y employers because just from my own experience, the Gen Y around me are being patient that they are seeking opportunities for them to show off their ability, but not only being met at their job. Although their job are not as enjoy and good as their expectation, but they are still patient to be trying to do better and to get a chance to show off themselves.
Yes, I agree that we have different opinions on this topic, but I think we do have a common ground that some Gen Y are impatient, but other Gen Y is having ability to deal with the job and environment. And should we move on? Is there anything to add? Should we move on to the next questions?
The measures is allowing flexible working hours and more work-life balance because this can relieve employee stress. Total employees are affected by the overworking stress, exerted by the inordinately high standard of work ethic and sky-high expectation that cannot be met. The onerous task and the deluge of incoming barrage of draining assignments have suffered the source of every responsible employees. Tormented by the determined workload, they are still expected to live up to quarterly sales target and meet the annual performance. Automatically bombarded and hit by the heavy workload every day, they are close to succumbing to pressure and developing mental issues like depression and anxiety. So I think allowing them have flexible working hours and more work-life balance can help themselves relieve stress and avoid mental issues. I agree with points of allowing flexible working hours and more work-life balance is good for employers to meet a better workplace life and meet up the ending targets. And moreover, I think encouraging their own initiative and independent thinking is also crucial for them. As the generation change and people nowadays have become more and more pursuing on the creative and innovation independent thinking, and they hope to share their ideas and their thinking with no burden and limitation from their boss and employees, which can help the relationship between them.
move on to part B. Candidate A, you have 1 minute to answer this question. If you did not agree with your boss' decision, what would you do?
Thank you for your question. If I did not agree with my boss' decision, I would like to raise my opinion, I would like to raise my opinion to my boss first. So it is important for an employee and an employer to communicate with each other and have this is what a good working condition is like communicating and can be freely to raise different questions or different opinion in order to have a better decision that is all-rounded and fully care about the employees. So I think raising my question is really important. So that is my.
What are the qualities of a good boss?
A good boss should have a welcoming ear to listen all the ideas and the viewpoints from their employees, as to make the company become bigger and to improve the company performance. The ideas and the decisions that raised by the employees, the employer should be listened and to consider to make a better decision for the whole company decision making, which can make the company become bigger and grow. That is really important quality.
See. Do you share any of the characteristics of Gen Y?
Yes, I think I can share some characteristics of Gen Y. The first characteristic is that they do not appreciate culture. Like, for example, although we having been colonized by Britain, Hong Kong is a culturally diversified metropolis merging Eastern and Western cultures. People in past generation take pride in taking foreign cultures while adding their own touch to modify them. But nowadays, Gen Y, they do not appreciate culture. They only seek exchange vegan embodiment in Hong Kong, and they also lack time to develop their cultural sense or to found the profound sense in literature. So thank you.
Do you think you would be a good employee? A 咧就有啲可惜啦，即係講一次嘅，咁所以就要努力爭 feedback 咧係會輪住講一定要針對反應㗎啦。有時候通常都唔會係 A B C D 或者 B， 即係唔會有個固定次序咯。通常都有人係會喺直接講兩次嘢。我都建議你咁樣做嘅。咁就幾多要搶發言啦。跟住咧，其實你個發言啦 OK 嘅，你係講lack job experience 啊嘛。咁set 就係話佢哋 study 啦，跟住個 punch 咧就係扣分題啦。你話所以佢哋會 unrealistic 嘅 job experience 啦，我覺得好好啊，因為佢哋冇 job experience，所以會唔知道現實世界嘅 job 嘅環境係點樣嘅。咁我覺得都 OK。所以咧，你個 idea 係 clearly elaborated 嘅。咁我本身咧就咁 judge 你第一個發言咧已經係20分咗㗎啦。咁然後就喺20分咗加減咁，但係你冇學嘅時候，跟住所以就跌翻落去啦。咁本身咧就17、19啊，不過 individual 方式幫你加1分，咁18、19嗰個係4 to 3啦。其實你 fluent 嘅 idea 式都係好 clear，就係針對發言啦，一次發言係好難形成。依家係3、4啦。Candidate B 咧就你最主要問題咧係其實係你嘅delivery 啊，即係其實咧你嘅 communication 啊、ideas 啊、vocab 都唔差。譬如 vocab 咁樣啦，有 absorb knowledge 啊，咁有 seek something 啊，force study for a long period of time 啊 ，patient 啊，你 disagree 人哋啦。其實 ideas 方面咧同埋 vocab 都唔少嘅。但係咧，你最大問題就係你嘅 delivery 啊，即係你嘅 pronunciation 啊。我會聽到比較多嘅一啲 status 啦，好多 homework 啊，你嘅説話唔連貫啦，要保持連貫啦，盡力就。然後就會有好多另外就係講嘢要大聲少少啦。啱啱講嘢就好大聲，然後我聽有啲辛苦。所以就要 make sure 你嘅 delivery， 即係你嘅傳達要做得好啲。然後咧，你啱啱咧你 disagree 人哋嘅時候咧，其實所以我就好介意 disagree 就因為一 disagree 我就會好睇 logic 㗎啦。盡量唔好啦，因為啱啱個 disagree 其實都 kind of 唔係 disagree 人嚟㗎。因為人哋話將 Y 係 impatient 啦。如果你要 disagree 人哋嘅 ideas 咧，你要證明到將 Y 唔係 impatient 嗰陣時，你要證明埋佢係 patient。或者你要打破對方嘅 logic 咯，但係你就話佢哋咧係被逼要讀好耐書，所以就 patient 啦，就有啲麻煩。其實唔使 disagree， 你好簡單咁講I see your points but I do think that 咁就得㗎啦，就唔好冒呢個風險咯。係啦，咁就唔算太好啊個 disagree 就，跟住就其他都冇啲乜太大問題，最主要改善就係盡量冇 disagree 啦，同埋就要搞翻好個 delivery， 即係你嘅 pronunciation 嘅 fluency。Overall level 4 19分，跟住啲 C 咧就fluent 啦，即係都順嘅，但係就比較多pronunciation嘅失例如係 instant 啊，講咗好多次 instant 同 instant 啊 instant gratification 啦，跟住係 extravagant 啦，佢喺邊度啊？
呢個位好似叫人哋等啊嘛。
邊個啊？
我做呢個位咯。
講到邊啊？講到 instant 啊，同埋 extravagant 啦等等啦。咁咧，你啱啱咧有一 part 係 summarize 咗人哋 ideas 啦，然後有一 part 咧你係咪盡量做一個 common ground 嘅？嗰度就有啲 fail 咗啦，就我覺得佢應對還可以嘅，即係個方向係咁樣嘅啦。但係咧，你要即時揾到 common ground 的確係難嘅。我覺得你就咁寫你就咁講話I do see your points and I'm glad that we all have different ideas, but I still think that 咁就得㗎啦。即係就唔使冒險去真係特登揾個佢翻出嚟咯。你就可以好簡單咁I'm grateful that we all have different opinions, but I still think that's 得㗎啦。跟住就你講 impatient OK 嘅，跟住都有 set 啦，亦都有 CS 嘅 TS 啦，齊晒所有嘢啦。跟住你後面就講話第二個 idea 其實有少少唔好嘅，即係 place 翻 income 嘅 inequality 嗰度有少少唔好嘅，不過就 delivery 問題啦 ，income 嘅 inequality 嗰 part 係嘅。
唔記得個 stand 係點？我睇下好快。
記得咗咩 ？Do not share the fruits of the economic good。
係做攞翻嚟。
Overall 係21同19啊，整體係20分，level 4啊。High 4啊 ，Candidate D 咧就其實咧你第一個 idea 就冇自己 point 啦，第二個 idea 就背咗聲啦。其實嗰背聲我覺得都背得算自然嘅，冇覺得好夾硬啦。不過咧，你記住咧，當你背得越多咧，就會越顯得夾硬。其實我哋通常作文可以成 part 聲 對落去啦。但係通常我哋説話都唔會嘅，通常説話咧我哋背一兩句。所以咧，你啱啱只要你將你背 STEM 嘅句子改到得翻背翻一兩句咧，其實就好夠準。你啱啱係背 stress 嘅，你背話 Hong Kong employees are afflicted by the overwhelming stress created by the employment 呢一句啦，然後下一句啦，咩barrage of incoming assignment 背完呢一句其實就夠㗎啦，就唔使再背多幾句啦。嗰啲 STEM 咧，我打咁長係因為去滿足大家作文嘅時候要多啲字。咁我哋 speaking 咧本身講嘢算慢咧，我哋講太多字就會好急咯，亦都會太耐 ，mark 會打唔切你上扣題，咁所以就會覺得你嚟題。所以就記得要背聲背短啲啦，即係背少兩句啦。你背 maximum 背兩句啦，每一 part maximum 背兩句。跟住就對最大問題咧係太細聲啦，好細聲，非常細聲，我係好辛苦先聽得到。就好細聲，你要大聲啲。基本上咧，對於所有細聲講嘢嘅人咧，你感覺到你係嗌緊，就係啱啱嗰件事，係咪？你感覺到你嗌緊就係啱啱嗰，所以咧你要 make sure 你自己講嘢係好似嗌出嚟咁講，咁就得啦。好啦，嚟到 level 3，16分。33。